Welcome to the mini fashion tutorial set. Before you start, check the text below the video to be perfectly ready. Let's get started with this one. We start with a loose sketch of the clothes just to get an idea about the overall shape of the clothes, but this won't be a part of your final drawing. I'm using dry ink here. If you struggle with the basic shapes, you will find some tips at the end of the video. In a new layer, start drawing the base of the jacket with medium airbrush. You can use your favorite color if you want. Now draw a lapel in a new layer. I'm going with red. And also add a cuff to the sleeves. Feel free to turn off the sketch. Use an eraser to make it perfect and sharp. Create a new layer and tap on the clipping mask. Select a gold color and draw golden edges here. Also the cuffs. Create a new layer, clipping mask, and add shading where the jacket overlaps. Also, there should be shade on the bottom part of sleeves. In a new layer, there are some highlights with the noise brush. Draw a t-shirt under the jacket in the new layer. And add shading here. Also, always remember to add a shade on the character behind the clothes. Do it in a new layer above the character, tap on the clipping mask. Create a new layer under the jacket and draw the pants. Create a new layer and add shading. Now add stripes in the new layer and brighter color. If you want, use my striped pattern brush. It is from my fashion brush set, details are below the video. Tap on the arrow up here and the wrap option. Adjust the pattern so it follows the way of the pants. You can use the magic wand, tap on liquify and then select the push option. Create a new layer, pick the baseball color and using the noise brush, draw the cuffs. Add also highlights. Create a new layer under the cuffs and draw shady here. Maybe rather with the medium airbrush. Return to the jacket. Create a new layer and tap on the clipping mask. Pick some light green color, add the structure. There you can use one of my brushes, burlap texture, or choose what you like. Use the magic wand again to match the structure with the shape of the jacket. Try different sizes of the push option for the best results. Lower the opacity and create a new layer for shading. Using the medium airbrush, draw shade under the lapel and cuffs. Pick the gold color and draw golden edges, but rather in a new layer. Draw some details in the shade layer using the noise brush. Draw the jacket also behind the character in a new layer using the medium airbrush. And it should be gold. Add shading here. Erase the parts of the body that peek out. Now the eye patch. Create a new layer, maybe at the bottom. Pick the same red color and draw a circle. Or for example, a heart shape or something like that. Add a pattern in a new layer with a darker color. I'm using the same as for the jacket. Fix the size and the shape. I also add a bright color for an even better look. With the noise brush, draw highlights. And darker edges. In a new layer, add a line here. Using your fingers, merge all these layers and fix the entire shape if you need. Add a shade under the eye patch. Create a new layer on the top for the pirate's head. Turn on the sketch to see the shape. Use the medium airbrush and the same green light for the jacket. For quick coloring, tap on this tool up here, follow your outline. And tap on the dot here. Fill the gaps. Take your time to refine the shape, make it perfect. Use the arrow tool to find the best size and placement. I talked more about these tools and options in another tutorial. I will leave the link in the text below the video. Fix the shape again if you need. Maybe make it shabby on the few parts, for example. Create a new layer, tap on the clipping mask, and using the noise brush, add highlights. In another layer, draw a golden line along the head. Tap on the layer and select the alpha lock. Now you can draw just in the shape and you are still in the head's layer. Draw darker edge. With bright color, add highlights. You can turn off the alpha lock now. In a new layer above the main shape, add a gentle shade. Create a new layer on the bottom and draw part of the head also here. Edges should be golden, so create a new layer and tap on the clipping mask. Add also a gentle shade. Remember to add shade also under the head. And on the line of the eyes patch. Yes, details matter. Create a new layer on top and draw some fur over the eyes patch. Of course, in case your character has any. I'm using one of my fur brush, you can grab it on my Patreon. Now the final touch, create a new layer on the head and draw a big star or whatever you want. I'm using the stamp star from my fashion brush set. Fix the placement and shape. I want to make it more bold or stronger. If you saw, duplicate the star, make it darker and move it slightly down. Perfect! If you want to try more fashion tutorials, check out these outfits on my Patreon. Also the basic principles of drawing clothes. If you struggle with the basic shapes, I prepared a few outlines for you. You can upload it into your Procreate as a loose sketch, adjust the shape to your character and continue with coloring. More details you can find in the text below the video. Hope you enjoyed the drawing and see you around!